foot, 3 inch tall, excuse me, I think I checked, 4 foot 11 inch tall, white rapper from Canada.
For what? Carrot.
It seems like you turned your microphone down, like way down.
Nah, it should be all right. It should be fine. Is it down?
It was good when you had your hand on it.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Yeah, see, that sounds good.
Yeah, but the thing is this microphone that I have for this isn't the original microphone. So I'm wondering. I'm looking at this live channel, and I don't know what's going on with this. It's saying let's end it. Well, maybe it's live, and I just don't. Let me look real quick. I gotta make sure that we're actually live.
Do you have a chat open, or is it just us? Or
Okay, we're live. Yeah, yeah, we're live. Yeah, I'm just making sure. I had to turn the volume off on the other channel because it otherwise it'll get fucking reverb and shit. But yeah. So hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. This is me, JB Rants, my own boy. We've known each other for several years. We're gonna have a little discussion here. We were having random discussions prior to getting on, just kind of filling in the gaps, getting used to things. Sorry about the camera quality. It will get better. I have a green screen, but my lighting's a little off right now, so I gotta I gotta finger bang it somewhat. I'm used to being on Rumble lately, so I gotta try to tone my language down. This will be going to Rumble as soon as I get it set up. However, till now, so we were gonna have a discussion, and I hadn't brought it up to JB. Actually, I had mentioned it in the chat because we were on Rumble prior. I do have a music station that I run there on Rumble. Um, yeah, we'll be mentioning that after the show to try to get some viewers and get off this ScrewTube or whatever you want to call it. But regardless, so what I mentioned that I wanted to have a discussion about what your thoughts were, JB, on the president and this kooky thing that he was saying to the press about when they asked him about running for a third term. Because initially this subject came up, and it was Steve Bannon that was interviewed and brought it up and said he was fully going to support Trump to run for a third term. And that's when it just, I mean, this has already been in the discussion before that, but when he said it, that's when, like, ding, 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 the libtards started going off like crazy. You know, they just couldn't help themselves. They were jumping all over it. So then, obviously, the press is now asking Donald Trump. Now, I have clips of Donald Trump answering the questions. I'll play them. But before I do, I just wanted to get a comment on what do you think? Do you think it would be a wonderful thing, or do you think Donald Trump is trolling them just to
I've
just to
I've
piss them
seen
off?
all of the comments, and I'm a Trump supporter, and I also am probably one of the. Actually, I'll just leave that start to the statement dead. I am definitely someone who has researched at least the people that hate Donald Trump and have done the research in terms of hating him. I've done that amount, if not more, and yet I'm still a Trump supporter. So what I'm saying is that all of the stuff behind the scenes that a lot of people think they're getting the over under on, like, whether it's Mary Trump, his niece, and whether it's Michael Cohen, and all of these people that have worked with him. And I'm not saying Trump is a perfect guy, but I will say that, do I think that he has every intention of running for a third term? Yes. Do I think it's hilarious? Yes. Would I vote for him? I don't think I'm going to be able to vote for him because I don't think that that possibility exists. But the fact that, of course, Donald Trump would say he's open to running for a third term, and there's avenues, and here's why, times 10. So Yeah, like I'm very well aware of it. Would I like for example, let me say this. Do I think JD Vance, the current vice president, is capable of carrying one fart's worth of what Donald Trump is in terms of uh, the oxygen in the room? He just isn't. He was a good vice presidential pick. So I'm very much concerned because I don't want to see a fucking Democrat communist take over. Apparently, it's Newsom on the other side. Newsom with an Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, or Alexandria Ocasio Cortez and
All right.
Gavin Newsom.
So
Same
yeah.
ticket.
Right. I understand where you're coming from on that. So let's get a clip here of of what the president is actually saying here. Um, sorry, I'm not used to StreamYard. I'm used to running my OBS
No, I
channel.
just appreciate that you jumped in at just the right time. I tend to,
Um,
my name is called JB Rant, right? I tend to rant.
let's see. Why is this not popping up? Usually I could hit this and it allows me to put my clip in. That's weird. Okay. Here's how you do it. There. I'm having a brain fart. I did this earlier, but when I shut it down, it didn't it didn't do it. Okay, so here is the president. Now I'm not sure if you guys can hear this because I haven't tried this yet. So we're gonna see. JB, let me know if you can. Well,
Yeah, I'll let you know.
yeah, if you can hear it. I don't know if the audience will be able to hear it. Here, let me turn my volume up on this. Let's see.
You said you were not joking about a third term, about possibly wanting a third term. Does that mean you're not planning to?
No. Yes. No.
Yeah, we can hear it, but if you could turn it up to the fullest volume, that would be great.
Yeah, that's as high as it goes. I can't
Okay,
do any more.
cool. So yeah, everyone's just gonna have to lean in. That's all right.
More people ask me to have a third term, which is way because the other election, the 2020 election was totally rigged. So it's actually sort of a fourth term in a certain way. I just don't want the credit for the second. Biden was so bad, he did such a bad job. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm popular, if you're wondering the truth. I think I'm popular because we've done a great job. I think we've had the best almost 100 days of any president. And most people are saying that it's an honor. We're bringing back our country. We're respected as a country again. And we're strongly respected. And people are amazed. I was with some very important people today, and they said that they've never seen a turnaround of a country as fast as this. Even look at our border. We have nobody coming in. And you can come into our country, but you have to come in legally. But we have nobody coming in to our country. It's almost shut down. They've never seen anything like this.
At an appropriate precedent limits a president to two terms. Is it your understanding that they have to
I
be?
don't even want to talk about it. I'm just telling you, I have had more people say, please run again. They said, we have a long way to go before we even think about that. But I've had a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead. Did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, do you think that's an appropriate precedent to set, if, even if it wasn't you in this position, to see a president serve a third term?
I don't want to talk about a third term now because no matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. We have almost 4 years to go, and that's a long time. But despite that, so many people are saying you got to run again. They love the job we do. Most importantly, they love the job we do.
You said you were upset with the tension.
Would you say your relationship? All right, so I mean, we get that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that's just Donald Trump for you.
That's just
That's how he comes along. I mean that's just Donald Trump for you. That's
and
how he comes.
I'm trying to because I have to get up wicked early, so I'm trying to get someone else to come up here to take my place. But Mr. Lion King, what I will say is that you say that that's Donald Trump, and I mean, there's a lot of people that might probably hate my guts for saying this. That's why I love Donald Trump, because that's what he is. He goes, this is what I am. This is what I'm going to do. If you don't like it, fuck you. Inexplicably said, sort of underhanded. And who knows? And if you don't like it, you go chew the fat. You know what I mean? Print some newspapers, bitches.
Well, that's just it. Really, and all right, he's the fucking president. He's the president. If Congress goes through with it and re-amends it so a president can actually do a third term, and in reality, if you think about it like this, now this is what the Democrats are going to say because a president can run for a third term under a certain circumstance in the Constitution.
Section 22, yes.
Yeah, that has to be under a wartime a wartime I can't remember the name for it, but it has to be a war. We have to be something bad has to be really fucking.
It was signed into law during the presidency of Grover Cleveland. The statute that you're speaking of, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'd have to do a little more research on it. I don't want to come off as fucking ignorant. Oh my god, I can't remember. I'm on freaking ScrewTube. I hope they don't bring me down for the F bomb. Which is crazy with ScrewTube. You could show freaking sex toys to children and tell them how to use it on live videos, and it's actually kiddie friendly. Like it's for kids. It's like,
yeah, but if I say fuck on YouTube, I get banned for a month.
But I get banned for dropping the F bomb. It's like what? So maybe I should just start making channels for indoctrinating kids like all the other weirdos on freaking YouTube do.
Well, you'd get more subscribers, I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, you get all the freaking nut jobs.
A lot of their names, a lot of their names will end in Stein.
So he, like I said, he has this press conference and he's like, well, people want me to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of people that want you to do it, but again, people are on the side saying, is he doing this just to troll, just to make liberals' heads explode? Because their head. You got to think about this. You know damn well today and tomorrow and all week long, you got people like The View. You got people like everybody on MSNBC, CNN. All these people are gonna just going batshit crazy. Just crazy.
Might be the point.
What's that?
I said that might be the point. You're trolling.
That's what I'm saying. He's just doing it to troll them. He's just doing it to just get them all riled up, to make them look even worse than what they already look. Because I'm sorry to say, in reality, morality for the left side is completely thrown out the window. I don't know where they've gone. It's like, do they live on a different planet? Because
I was raised a leftist Democrat. I was raised a leftist Democrat.
Well, I feel sorry for you. I wasn't. You know what? I wasn't into politics at all when I was raised. My father, how I grew up, no politics were ever. I never got into politics until I was older.
Weird. I shouldn't say weird. Thank you. I wish I was raised in your house.
But the thing is like, I followed it. I just didn't care one way or the other. Like I remember the first president I remember seeing getting inaugurated was Jimmy Carter. That was the first president I ever seen getting inaugurated, and I was young. You know what I'm saying? And then of course I seen Reagan, of course, and then I seen the Bushes and Clinton and all that bullshit. And everybody was scared to death of Reagan, and I couldn't figure out why. And it was a weird time to grow up. There were videos made. Even like Phil Collins. He had a song, the land of what was the name of that song? The Land of Confusion. And he had a video with freaking like Muppet things, like with Ronald Reagan in it, acting like the world was gonna blow up and he was gonna hit the button to blow everybody up with a nuclear bomb.
Well, regardless of sort of where you and I are coming from, I can just add equally 50-50, where the first I knew about presidents when Clinton was in, and I knew about presidents when Bush was in, and I knew about the second one, and I knew about the first time I ever really got fully active in politics was when I was like 24, and I was the biggest Barack Obama supporter you could ever find
Oh,
in the
okay.
history of Boston politics. I was
You look back at you
the
look back you got to look back now when you look in the mirror and be like, what the fuck was I thinking?
I was the biggest Barack Obama supporter, and that lasted up until about 2010. I really started waking up in 2009 because I started getting into the aliens, and I know that that sounds a little weird, but it all makes sense to a lot of us in this science. And you start looking at the entire world in a completely different way, and that's what I think they really call waking up, not woke, but waking up. And then a few years later, I'm the biggest Trump supporter you've ever met in the history of the world because it was the biggest fuck you, in my opinion,
Well, I mean,
at least at the time, it was the biggest
do you
political
think that
fuck you in the history of the world.
transition occurred just because of the fact that you started to realize what the Democrats were all about, and you started to come to the conclusion and have an understanding of, okay,
I think the internet
this is
had a
some
lot.
messed up shit.
Yes,
You can't tell me please don't tell me the internet indoctrinated you.
no. It's quite the opposite. It's quite the opposite because I was one of the earliest.
Do you hold up? I'm not cutting you off.
Go ahead,
I'm gonna ask you
go.
one quick question. Do you think that 9/11 had anything to do with changing your perspective upon the way you looked at the world?
I think 9/11 was formative. I think September 11th, 2001 was formative in my totally changing of my worldview. Yeah.
Right. But you didn't fall in. I mean, I fell into some of a lot of the conspiracies, and I mean, honestly, I really don't think our government had anything to do with it. Well, maybe, but it's like you watch like what was the show like Loose Change was it called or
Well, that wasn't a show. That was a
what was it?
brilliant online movie. It's actually the highest grossing online independent movie of all time.
Yeah, they were showing the bombs going off in the
Yes,
levels and stuff
yes,
like that. So that kind of
yes.
like I watched it and I'm like, but there's CGI. It's like did they do something? Did they actually excuse me? Did they alter the? Did they alter it? Because you could alter that shit. I could do it. I could go right now, and I could put my house up online, and I could blow it up, and you would think that my house blew up.
I think the I mean, if you were to ask me quickly, if you were to ask me in a 4 hour conversation, maybe my answer would differ slightly. But if you were to ask me right now, I would say what happened is they pre-wired the buildings with explosives, flew a couple planes into them, and or had some hologram planes and explosions to make it look like planes hit them, and then brought those towers down in order for project for a new American century, Dick Cheney, PNAC, uh,
Bro,
in order for them to go invade the Middle East and take over 7 countries in 5 years. And what they achieved was 5 countries in 7 years. So they got their numbers wrong a little bit, but
I don't really think. I think that's an alternative. Um,
everything I just said is actual fact, by the way.
right. But the thing is I think that's subversive. I mean, yes, we did invade them. We used the excuse of okay, weapons of mass destruction, which we know is fucking bullshit. My thing is, I think it's a subversive way of taking the minds of people away from what actually happened during 9/11.
Okay, so what actually happened there?
Hold on. I'm trying to get to my point. Okay, so what I think happened is they did it because what happened
Who's
afterwards?
they?
What happened afterwards? The
First off,
government.
who's that? Okay, okay,
What
okay.
happened afterwards? Bush went in and they got in the Patriot Act, and that Patriot Act fucked all of us bad, real bad. It's still being used to this
Bonus
day. And you
question.
know what? And you know what? They will not dissolve it. It wasn't that Patriot Act was not supposed to last this long, but they keep reenacting it. They keep putting it back in.
It
Keep
it
putting
it,
it back
be,
in.
it's continually reunited every single year by Congress. But what does Patriot stand for?
Well,
Want to Google that one and we can read it out loud together?
when you hear Patriot, you know you think, but yeah, there's a name for it. Here, let me Google it.
Yeah, but it's actually an acronym.
Let me look for it. What does Patriot?
There should be like 7 or 8. No, like there should be like 4 blondes and 7 or 8 brunettes here, just like sitting on our lap with all the shit that we know.
Well, according to this, the U.S. Patriot Act. This is what's coming up for me.
Yep, read Patriot. What does it stand for? Patrio.
Well, it's saying the U.S. Patriot Act stands for the United Strengthening America by providing appropriate tools required to intercept and obstruct the Counterterrorism Act of 2001.
Has nothing to do with patriotism. It's an acronym.
I understand that. I always knew that, but a lot of people
Interesting, eh?
a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but alas, how you doing, baby? How you doing? You going to bed, baby? All right, I'm in the middle of a show,
Oh
but
shit, do we have some people in the chat? I'm sorry.
no, it's my old lady. She's sitting here looking at me. No, nobody's come into the chat. I got the chat. I'm watching the
Yeah,
chat.
well, I gotta get out of here too, because honestly, dude, I gotta get up at fucking 5:15.
5:15. What the hell are you doing at 5:15? All right, baby. I'll be in a bit.
I'm more than willing to stay on.
Yeah, no, I'm on. I'm not. I don't have to be anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I gotta stay up late anyways. I gotta probably stay up till like 3 in the morning. I got an appointment at 1:15, and if I go to bed now, I'm gonna wake up at like freaking 4 or 5 in the morning, and I don't particularly want to go to my appointment at a certain time. But with all that aside, so yeah, so the U.S. Patriot Act, what a bunch of fucking horseshit that is. And again, I'm praying to God. In fact, I'm hoping that Trump with okay, we got Cash Patel, we got Dan Bongino in there. You know they're talking to Trump. You know that.
Yes.
Especially Dan Bongino talks to Trump even before he was even part of the fucking FBI.
Hmm? And I trust him. Yeah.
So I guarantee that when this Patriot Act bill comes back up for readjustment, I'm hoping and I'm praying to God that they fucking shut it down completely. Like shut the fucker down. There's no reason to shut it down. There's no reason to have it. Plain and simple, there is absolutely no reason it's there other than to spy on American citizens. That's it.
I mean, just look at the title of the fucking app. No shit.
So I mean, that's what has to be done. And like I said, I'm praying to God that somebody in that administration is talking to Trump, and Trump's got to know this. He can't be that stupid. I find it hard to believe that he doesn't understand the consequences of having this Patriot Act
Well,
continuously being implemented every year and reinstated every year. It should be washed, done. It's done. It's from a washed up error over a bunch of conspiracy that the fucking government threw on us. It made us believe all this bullshit about 9/11 and mass weapons of mass destruction started with Bush, and then it continued on, and then continued on, and Obama loved it. He loved it. He used that like a weapon. So did Biden. They used it as such a weapon. They got the Patriot Act, and then Obama's got control of the DOJ, and he's got control of the CIA. He's got control of the FBI, and it just got worse. We had 1 year of relief when Donald Trump came in 2016, 17. Was it 16 or 17? I can't remember. But we got the 4 years of alleviation, and then we went right back to Obama because it wasn't Biden. It was Obama. It was Obama, Trump, and then Obama. Plain and simple. Because freaking Biden doesn't have the brains. He's a freaking He's got marshmallow brains. The guy's an idiot. I mean, why don't we go and find Corn Pop? How about we go
When
and try to find? How about we go and try find some of those cannibals that ate his freaking brother or something? Freaking.
I'll put it this way. When when it was very much comfortably established that I was a conservative presence online, which I have been for about 7 years at this point, solidly. And when I would speak on the Biden presidency on Fox News channels like Ramp and JujuBot and channels like that, sometimes people would ask me, do you think Joe Biden is senile? Do you think Joe Biden is incapable? Do you think Joe Biden is too old? I wouldn't even answer them.
Why would it be a question? I mean,
Why are you asking those questions?
and I mean, it's a retarded question. It is
Yeah.
literally fucking like you're asking me. You're acting stupid. Don't ask me a question that you should know the answer of, and if you don't know it, no offense.
Well, it's almost like they
I
were
don't.
asking for.
I'm gonna be honest with
Yeah.
you. If you don't know the question of something so freaking obvious, I don't want to have a conversation with you. Period.
It's a waste of time.
I'll talk to. I don't mind debating with people, but when they say something so retarded, it's like I gotta step back and be like, listen, you got the brain.
Do you think Joe
You got
Biden
the
is
brain of a
senile?
gerbil. You got the brain of a
How am I
gerbil.
supposed to?
Nothing I say to you is gonna compute. If basically I am wasting my breath and my time and my vocal cords on the things that are coming out of my mouth. It's like how's it going? Do you understand the things coming out of my mouth? They don't.
It's absolutely perfect. I'm gonna get out of here on that note, man. I love you so much. I'll see you on the next one, okay?
You're gonna bolt.
Oh, and by the way, when someone tells you to go fuck yourself, that might be your next best friend. I've actually learned that recently.
So you're bolting out. You gotta go.
I I have to get up
It's
at
early,
fucking
man. Dude, it's early. How long do you sleep? How long do you sleep?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to officially be at the job in 6 hours. So
Okay. So 6
yeah,
hours.
all right,
Yeah. So you gotta get like what 5 hours sleep.
very less. But I'll see you on the next one, okay?
All right, man. Peace out. You know how to get a hold of
All
me.
right, take care, keep it going strong, and you know I'll be here for you on the next one.
All right, man. All right. You have a good one.
All right, have a good one.
All right,
Peace.
later. Peace out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's I'm gonna wrap the show up with that. I mean, on a side note, though, we did come to the conclusion that Trump running for a third term. I don't know what you guys think, what you like. Again, sorry about the bad quality. I run OBS, this StreamYard. It's not cutting it. But yeah, so let us know down in the comments what you think about Trump running for a third term. If you think it's a good idea, if you think he's trolling, if you think any of our discussion about that, and also our ideas about the Patriot Act, and as well as 9/11 being uh, just a complete. I can't say the words here because I'm not on Rumble, but I will next time when I make a show, I'm gonna put the links to my Rumble channels, and you guys can go there. But I am on Rumble channel. You can find me there. I'm under the Lion King, all one thing, the Lion King. And you can find my music channel. I do live music requests every night at 6:30, and I take all requests. I do live videos and stuff like that. I can't do it on YouTube because they basically want to take me out in the backyard and you know either throw me in on a spit or freaking hang me on a cross or just hang me from a tree. Yeah, I can't do it here. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a wonderful evening, and remember, this is the Lion King's channel. We do politics. I do music. I do gaming too. I kind of mix it up a bit here and there, and I hope you guys come in and like it, subscribe. It's much appreciated. I'm trying to build up a channel here, um, and yeah, there's always going to be very interesting content. I'm always going to switch it up and do the things the right way. So, with all that being said and done, you guys have a wonderful evening, and America's great. Enjoy the next day. Later, people.